Now this is your home. Make sure you do the tutorial as well. Make sure you watch the video. Nanania has probably explained things probably in more depth than I have. But right here at the top right, the little card pack, that's your inventory. The 3 cards. Now the top is the heroes. The ones that are, you know, more vibrant are the ones that you currently own. So, you know, this one, this one, this one, this one, these 2, these 3, and this one right here. These are all champions I own. Now this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one I don't own. Now you can right click on the cards, on the people, on the heroes, and you see what their abilities are. Like my left click's my auto attack, and then mesmerize, my right click, you know, my Q, and then my E, your passive. Okay, you can do that for anybody. You see all of their abilities. Now deck editing is the second tab. You know, you only start off with 1 deck available. You know, once you hit like level 4, I think 2 or 3, 4, something like that. And so you just click the plus mark. You put in your name. You know, whatever. I don't even know. Whatever. And then press enter. Okay. So now this is the deck. I have all these slots open, which you don't have these slots open. You open these slots, you know, as you see, it's got the lock, you know, unlocks at level 1, or, you know, whatever. The same thing for these are all of your minion cards that you can have. These are your 2 gear slots, your traps go over to here, your glyph slots, and these are your weaver slots. This is, you go to this option right here, you just click on your name, this button right here, and this tells you what you unlock at what level. Okay, and you get card packs and slots and things like that. To set up a deck, you put in your name, click it. Now I want to set up a piece of gear. Now I've got 2 slots for gear, and it just depends on what your preference is. In order to get these, okay, you have to get a pack of cards. You don't just automatically get these items, which I think I can buy a pack. Oh, I can't. 170 points off, and then I'm off by 2 points for that. So, GG. Anyways, you get a pack of cards, you open your cards. You get 5 cards in a pack. And then you know, you have a chance of getting these items. And right now I'm going with my teleport ring. You can right click on it as well, and it'll tell you what it does. My teleport ring, once you're out of combat, you use, and it'll teleport you back to your rift. It doesn't matter where you are on the map, as long as you're not in combat and you have the mana, you can teleport back to the rift. And then you have your bracers and your rings. These all do things like shoot flame out, and this heals you, this gives you more mana, things like that. Alright, these are your traps. Now, at the top right, you see my brimstone. It costs 1,500. That's the coin in game. Check the forum Soul Reaper, see if they said anything different. If anything's been updated. Try uploading a new Windows. Alright, so the currency, the coin right here says 1,500. That means for every 1 brimstone in the game, it costs 1,500 coin to place down one of these. The number down here at the bottom right, times 10. That means I have 10 of these that I can place down. Now if I put this into my deck, you can't place another one, okay? It says you know your deck already contains one of these cards. But Oh, I have 10. Okay. Well, that means you're just using, you know, one slot, but you still can place down 10. But you got to remember you have a max of 13 traps per game. Now, I've only got 3 of these, but they're 1,000 apiece, and they're really good for the defense that I'm running. Shit, that's what I did. You got ballistas, alright? You place these on the ceiling. They're a ceiling trap. And, you know, this one shoots fire. It only targets one enemy at a time, and it takes like 2 or 3 seconds to reload and to fire on another target. But it does fire damage. Puts a fire dot on them. This is the frost one. It does frost damage and slows the target that it hits. This is lightning damage. Hits them for lightning damage, and then I believe it arcs. It puts a lightning armor debuff. Means they take increased lightning damage. Okay. And you have what these are your boulder shoots. Now this one in particular is a brimstone. If you shoot this, it's a ceiling trap. As you see here, it's a ceiling trap. It only costs 500. You place it on the ceiling. If you're a ranged champ, you shoot it with any ability. Well, any ranged ability that does damage, should I say. These boulders, these flaming boulders, will come down out of the ceiling for a certain amount of time, and it'll do a lot of damage. It does quite a bit of damage. Now, if you play the sorceress, your E ability makes all traps automatically reset. It doesn't matter if they just went off and they're now all just resetting. You press your E, and they're gonna automatically activate again. You can use that to set off traps as well. And there's different types of these boulder shoots. Unfortunately, okay, so I have ice. I have the ice ones. These slow. You have arrow walls. You place them on the wall, and they shoot out. I already explained those earlier. You have your glory seeker zappers. They take some time to reset, but they do the damages. They fucking hurt. They also cost 2,000 coin in game. They're a ceiling trap. Decoys, obviously the minions are going to attack those. Whatnot. You have an explosive decoy that it explodes whenever it goes down. You have pounders you put on the ceiling, and they come down and crush enemies. You have concussive pounders that are upgraded, and they actually stun the enemies that get hit by it. Ice vents, things like that. I run the same traps every time. So the reason I'm running the brimstone is because of the resistance. Most people run orcs and trolls and ogres as well. That's why I have the brimstone for the fire damages and the fire arrow walls. Now I'm running the charged, or I don't want frost, I want charged. I almost put the wrong stuff. There they are. Charged arrow walls is because the humanoids, more human minions, they have a negative resistance to lightning, so they're going to take more damage from the lightning. That's why I run that. But there's also plain arrow walls up here, and then you have arcane arrow walls here. I'm actually going to get rid of that brimstone and put deep brimstone in. These are your glyphs. These are what I was telling you about earlier. Now, I always run the minor glyph so I can get it level 1. I put that into the into the thing, but it's just orcsmustdie.com. You set up an account. Once you set up your account, at the top right, you click on your screen name that you've chose, and then go to redeem code, and then you put in the key. Glyph of amplification. Any minion that crosses over the glyph has a rift point value, or that has a rift point value, is increased by 1. So if one rift point value orc makes it over, instead of costing taking away 1 point, it takes away 2. Things like that. Glyph of blood. I already explained all these. I like taking these. Now you have all your weavers. I'm only missing one. It's the frost. Yeah, the mythics are harder to get. They're harder than rares. Rares are harder than the commons.